What's up, Marks? It's your boy Heyman Guy here to give you my review of Monday Night Raw, and I don't want to waste any of your time, so let's jump right into this thing. The show opened up with The Authority coming out to cut a promo. Now, you guys, this is a secret between you and me, okay? Me and you, okay? Did you know that you can get the WWE Network and watch SummerSlam for only $9.99 a month? $9.99. $9.99. This sums up most of that promo. $9.99. That's it. That's mostly what I got from this promo. Other than that, this was used to set up the matches for the evening. It was used to set up the Brie Bella Stephanie McMahon contract signing. It set up a Beat the Clock challenge involving Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins, where the winner would get to pick the stipulation for their SummerSlam match. And Dean Ambrose would go one-on-one with Alberto Del Rio. And Seth Rollins would go one-on-one with Rob Van Dam. Or would he? We'll find out later in the night. Now, eventually they're interrupted by Roman Reigns. Randy wants Roman tonight. He's not going to get him. He's going to get him at SummerSlam. And Triple H makes Roman Reigns against Kane in a last man standing match. So we cut the commercial, and that's what we come back with. We come back with Roman Reigns against Kane in a last man standing match. I enjoyed the match. I thought it was good, physical, hard hitting. And I just want to share real quick. I was reading somewhere, someone wrote that getting a good match out of Kane at this point in his career is like pulling teeth. I'll admit Kane's not what he was a few years ago, but he's not a bad wrestler, and he can still get good matches, which was proven here tonight. One of my favorite little spots in this match, and it's one of my favorite spots that Roman Reigns does, and that's when he hit the jumping drop kick onto the apron. And what I liked about it tonight is it seems oftentimes he hits the guy with one foot and he doesn't wind up on the apron. Tonight he did my favorite variation of it where sorry, there's a mosquito flying around my head, where he jumped up and hit the guy with both feet and managed to land on the apron. So I've always enjoyed that spot. To wrap things up, Roman Reigns hit Kane with a spear. Kane was not able to get up for the 10 count, and that was the match. So Roman Reigns looked strong going into his match with Randy Orton at SummerSlam. Now later in the night, Kane went to the office of the Authority and took off his mask and gave it to Stephanie. So we'll see if this goes anywhere, if it's the return of a corporate Kane, if he's going off for a while, or what they're going to do with it. But to be honest, at this point, this sort of thing's been done so many times, I don't even care about it anymore. But at the same time, it will be interesting to see where it goes. But up next, we got a Cena and Lesnar. We got a great promo package. For those of you that are fans of the UFC, this promo package was very reminiscent of the sort of thing you'd see before a big fight. Brock Lesnar in these sit-downs and these very raw interviews, he's excellent. Unfortunately, it doesn't translate to in-ring promos, but in these sit-down interviews, Brock Lesnar is just great. He really is. And what I liked about Cena's end of it is this has been serious Cena. He knows he's going to get his ass kicked. There's no ifs, ands, or buts around it. But at the same time, he's going to try and fight and overcome the odds and win. And I don't see that as Super Cena. Super Cena is not scared of anything. But John Cena is scared of Brock Lesnar. He knows what happened when they fought 2 years ago. He got elbowed in the face and he got all bloodied up. Brock Lesnar will be the toughest opponent he's ever faced, and John Cena freely admits that. And Brock Lesnar wrapped up this thing by saying, "I will leave John Cena in a pile of his own blood, urine, and vomit." Brock Lesnar's one bad dude. I believe he can do it. Again, great UFC-style promo package, and it really pumped me up for their match at SummerSlam, which I expect to be great. Up next, we got Dean Ambrose against Alberto Del Rio in the first of two Beat the Clock challenge matches. Very good match. I'll say quite personally with Alberto Del Rio, I don't care about him at this point, but at the same time, I enjoy watching the guy wrestle. He's very good as a wrestler, but my quick theory on why he never continuously stayed at the top of WWE is because he's good at a lot of things. He's a good wrestler, he's a good promo, but he's not great at anything. To use the Daniel Bryan example, Daniel Bryan's a great wrestler. John Cena is a great charismatic entertainer. He's a great promo. Del Rio's good at a bunch of things, but that's not good enough for him to be a main event guy. But that's just my opinion on him. Again, I enjoy watching him wrestle. And this was a good, logically sound match. And when I say logically sound, I mean Alberto Del Rio's finish is a cross arm breaker. And he worked on the shoulder of Dean Ambrose. I like when injuries like that are exploited. It makes sense. If a guy has a weakness, go after it. So good back and forth match, went 15 minutes and 42 seconds, and Dean Ambrose was able to hit Dirty Deeds, his headlock driver, to get the win over Del Rio, and again set the time at 15:42. Very good match. I might go back and watch it today. Up next, we got a Swagger and Rusev segment. I don't have much to say about this. It's the same old thing they've been doing the last couple months, just with a slightly different twist. With that being said, I am enjoying this, and I do look forward to their match at SummerSlam because, as I said last week, it's a lot of fun to watch the technical matches of a Daniel Bryan or the new signees like Prince Devitt or Kenta. But at the same time, there's just something about seeing these two bulls just collide head-on that's always going to be entertaining. So, again, same stuff, but it's still entertaining. And 2 months ago, who would have thought that Jack Swagger and Zeb Coulter would be in a better position than Cesaro? Just who would have thought it? Speaking of Cesaro, tonight he faced Dolph Ziggler in what should have been a very good 10-15 minute match, but instead he jobbed out to Ziggler in just a few minutes. Now, obviously, I got contradicting feelings here. I love both of these guys. I want Ziggler to continue to win and climb up that ladder, but I think Cesaro should be there also. The pairing with Paul Heyman did Cesaro more harm than good because he was starting to build babyface momentum, and it's not gone yet. I'm not going to be one of those guys that says it's going to be impossible to build him back up, but it's going to take some time. But with that being said, glad to see Ziggler get the win. Miz came in the ring afterwards. They're going to be facing each other for the Intercontinental title at SummerSlam, which I think that'll be a show stealer. If they are given 10-15 minutes, that will steal the show. Basically, Ziggler went to go give Miz the super kick, which I hope he adds that to his arsenal. I hope he uses a super kick more often as a finish. But Miz got out of the way and was able to protect the Money Maker. And it was a good little segment. I enjoyed it. Up next, we got Chris Jericho against Luke Harper in what I thought was a disappointing match. A couple weeks ago, I saw these two guys have a very good match at SmackDown. And I gotta say, I don't think this match was up to that level. I don't know what it was, but something just felt slightly off tonight. Jericho was about to get Luke Harper to tap out to the walls of Jericho when Bray Wyatt came out and beat down Chris Jericho. He gave him Sister Abigail, and that was the end of the segment. I wish I had a little more explanation on why Jericho and Wyatt or why Wyatt's going after Jericho, but I guess I'm not going to get that. So, up next, we got Diego against Fandango. I have one statement from this match. Summer Rae and Layla are hot. They are very, very hot. That's it. That's all I got from this segment. Up next, we got Seth Rollins against what we thought was going to be Rob Van Dam. But by way of the Authority, his new opponent, he's the one-man band, baby! Wow! One-man band, baby, Heath Slater. So, to start off the match, Seth Rollins gives Slater the opportunity. You can just walk out the ring and we can get this over with. Slater doesn't take it, and they go at it for a couple minutes, and then we see Dean Ambrose is at ringside. And of course Seth Rollins is distracted by the lunatic fringe Dean Ambrose. And Ambrose proceeds to do things such as, well, he got Seth Rollins' Money in the Bank briefcase. He opened it up and tore up the contract in it. He filled it with popcorn, soda, and JBL's hat. So of course this all distracted Seth Rollins and allowed the one-man rock band, baby, Heath Slater, to get a roll up from behind and get the 1-2-3. So, fun little segment. Dean Ambrose won the Money in the Bank, or excuse me, he won the Beat the Clock challenge, and it was revealed that on Friday Night SmackDown he will pick the stipulation for their match. Now, I posted this last night. My prediction is he will choose a cage match. I'd be curious, what stipulation do you think Dean Ambrose is going to pick? I'd be interested to hear. And for the final segment of the night, we got the contract signing between Stephanie McMahon and Brie Bella. Basically the same stuff between them back and forth, except I didn't hear the word bitch. Maybe someone told me they were using it too much, or someone told them they were using it too much, and they were told to tone it down for the PG show. But otherwise, it was an effective back and forth segment, and what would happen is as Brie Bella was sitting at the table, Triple H would push it back and pin her again into the corner, and Stephanie would deliver a pedigree to Nikki. Now, my first thought when I saw this was, please, please, please just deliver a good pedigree. Please make it look good. And to both Stephanie McMahon and Nikki Bella's credit, it was a very good-looking pedigree. Triple H was laughing in Brie Bella's face as she was trapped in the corner, which proceeded to her slapping the taste out of his mouth, and her going after Stephanie, which all it led to was her eating another pedigree to end the show. And Raw went off the air with Stephanie McMahon doing the yes thing. So, I gotta say, I didn't enjoy this week's Raw as much as last week. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'd give it a 6.5, but it was an effective show in that it continues to build towards SummerSlam. I can't complain about the show. There was nothing on it that was terribly offensive to me. So, it was a good overall show. So, I'd like to know what you, Marks, thought of the show and what you thought of this review. And now that I have finished up the Raw review, I'm excited to say that I went out this morning and purchased something that I've been looking forward to for a very long time. It is, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul Heyman. Now, I went out to my local Walmart and got this DVD today, and usually they're about $20. This one was for $15, so saying that, if you can get this for $15, definitely do it. As soon as I'm done with this, I'm going to go pop it into my DVD player and watch the documentary on it. So, after I do that, you can expect in the next couple days to see a review of this DVD, so I look forward to doing that for you guys. So again, please let me know what you thought of this review and what you thought of Monday Night Raw. If you have any feedback, please leave it in the comment section. Until then, you guys, just keep on marking out.